Hello, 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 hello. My name is Julie Karanfilis, and I am a wellness advocate with doTERRA. I am so thankful that you are tuning into this call, and the reason why I'm recording this is because I want this to live beyond this moment. And so if you're receiving this and seeing this and viewing this after the fact, hi, and you've probably gotten this link from me, which is great. You are you're in for a treat, rather. And the reason for that is because this is such an incredible opportunity to be able to share and enlighten people about the use of essential oils and where it can fit into their own lives. And for me, as a mom of 3, I love that I can have a solution at my fingertips, literally at my fingertips, that I am able to feel empowered by, and also that I am a solution-oriented mother, but also that I can support my community around me. How often are you either at the grocery store or out with friends or at the park or just in your own home and people are over, and sure enough, someone talks about some ailment that's bothering them. And it's funny, I have a bumper sticker that says there's an oil for that. I'm one of those people. But at any rate, there's so much truth behind those words. There is an oil for everything. And the other side of it is, too, that there's such a beautiful integration into, do you like my manicure? My kids did that this week. It's the summer. You gotta have fun, right? There's such a beautiful integration of the Eastern medicine that I'm referencing as that holistic, more plant-based medicine, being on the proactive side of healthcare, but then also Western medicine, where it's more of a medical approach. There's a place and a time for each thing. And so where this little space is right here, where the circles kind of go like this, there's this space right here where we can reference that as the prime meridian. We can talk about how we can integrate Western medicine and Eastern medicine in such a way that they can work together. Case in point, my son this past week had an upper respiratory issue. He was starting to cough. And it was just after we had gotten away from the school routine, and we were going into the summer. He was spending time outside a little later than normally. The street lights were coming on, and then he was coming inside. And it's supposed to be that way, right? We were eating barbecued food, and we were saying yes to things that normally we'd say no to intake-wise, because I think it's okay to have some, again, a little bit of both, right? But sure enough, it caught up to him, upper respiratory. So what have we been doing? We've been integrating both essential oils and different supplements and getting better rest and watching what we're eating. But then we went to the doctor and we got a couple antibiotics. It was an amoxicillin because his body, just hasn't rallied and been able to fight it. I am fully into both of those things because it means that my son's going to get better, right? So we're not going for extremes. We're going for the middle, this wonderful prime meridian where we can use both. Now, if you have this sample kit that we actually offer on our website, you might have purchased it already. Really, really great investment on your end. And the reason why I say investment is because, yes, it did cost you $25 Canadian to get this little kit, but now you have some tools to be able to set your family up for success. Now, if you did purchase this from us, you also got one of these little flyers in the mail as well. Now, I don't know if this is flipped on the screen or not, but basically this has all the top 10 essential oils on it, in addition to how to get them into your hands as far as what the price is. There's a little bit about our vitamins and supplements, and then we talk a little bit about the way to get them in a program that's a monthly wellness box and how to get oils for free. So I'm really passionate about 2 things. The first one is my family. I love my kids. I love my husband. I love them so much. The other thing I'm really, really passionate about is saving money. So I love teaching people how to get tools into their hands so that they're working smarter and spending smarter, and that they're not overspending in some other area, and actually teach them how to use it so that they save money and get stuff for free. So if that's something that you like too, you're in good hands. So what I thought I would do is I would quickly go over the top 10 essential oils in this quick little video. And I'm just going to kind of breeze through it just because I want you to be able to write down some notes in these areas. So the first one we're going to talk about is lavender, which is in the top left corner of your sheet. So start writing notes. Lavender, when I smell it, So here's the little dram bottle that you got. There's about 4 or 5 drops in there, which is about 4 or 5 days worth of use of lavender, depending on what you're going to be using it for. You could even use this whole thing in one day, depending, right? First thing in the morning, maybe you're putting it on a bug bite you found on your child's arm, like this one over here that I have, and then you're putting it on them at nighttime on the bottoms of their feet to help them feel relaxed. Maybe another drop on the bug bite, and then you're putting it into a diffuser that you might have at home. There's your lavender, it's gone. Or it could sit here for months and months and not have you use it, which is not what I want to hear. I want to have you using your stuff. So lavender is naturally very soothing. It's wonderful for the skin. It's absolutely wonderful for calming issues. So areas of concern like emotions or skin irritations, it's very calming. So whenever you think of things that are getting a little bit out of hand, like in getting escalated, think lavender, okay? It's wonderful. The next one I want to talk about is, we'll just go in the order of the sheet. So we'll talk about digestion next. Digestion then comes to you if you've bought this or I've given this to you, it comes in a little pre-made roller bottle. So there's your little roller bottle. And so what I've done is I've given you 5 full drops of digestion, and then I also topped it up with some coconut oil, which is really nice because I wanted to make it so that it is user-friendly for you. So ways you can use this. So good for when you're going out and you're eating something that you know is probably not going to agree with your stomach. Or say, for example, you've eaten something and it's like, ooh, I shouldn't have eaten that. Someone's bad potato salad or something that was undercooked. Who knows? I don't know. But it's really great to have on hand. And so what you would do is if this was your belly, so we'll think of this as your torso. And if this was your belly button, what you would do is you would start at the belly button and just slowly make like a big swirly swirl all the way out on your belly. Same thing with kids. This is safe and pre-diluted for every age group. Safe for adults, safe for children. I just wouldn't use this on a baby that's under 6 months old. I would just dilute it more if you were going to use it on a baby under 6 months old. So speaking of dilution, in the top right-hand corner of your page, you're going to see this little picture of coconut oil. doTERRA does sell coconut oil, and that's exactly what I use to dilute your roller bottle. What you're going to do is you're just going to use that as a way to keep oils, I guess the word is viscosity, and just like dilute it to the point where it's not going to cause an irritation for the skin. And I always sit under the camp of when in doubt, always dilute. Okay? There's a lot of essential oils that you don't have to dilute, but I choose to dilute everything just to play it on the safe side. Okay, the next one to the right, and another couple uses for digestion before we go over there to lemon. Great for motion sickness, so car rides, amazing for airplane rides. What I do is I put a swirly of that on my hands and hold my hands over the car vents. And that sends that really great calming fennel and peppermint and fenugreek, all of those really, sorry, not fenugreek, caraway. I get those two mixed up a lot. It calms your stomach down. The star anise really helps with motion sickness. It's just really, really great. The other thing you can get the child to do is put some on their own hands and take some inhalations while you're driving. Oh my gosh, that smells good. I did put some on my hand, didn't I? Yes. It's just wonderful. The other way that you can use this is, this is kind of unconventional, but you can actually put it on the bridge of your nose. There's actually another one that's wonderful for airway opening, but in a pinch, you can also use digestion because of the peppermint in it, and it's very good for just opening up an airway. So thought I'd throw that out there. Let's move on to lemon. So we'll get our lemon out. Again, there's 4 to 5 drops in there. Lemon is such an incredible essential oil. It is happiness in a bottle. I love the way it smells. It's so fresh and so clean. It's very cleansing, both to surfaces and ways to be able to disinfect surfaces in our homes. It's wonderful for using as a produce wash. So you can actually drop a couple drops into a big basin of water with your produce in there, and do a produce soak. So you let it soak in there and just kind of whoosh it around. Now, if you do have some doTERRA products already, or if you don't, make sure you get the On Guard foaming hand wash or the cleaner concentrate with On Guard. It is absolutely phenomenal for reducing or taking away and cleansing pesticides on fruit and vegetables. Absolutely love using it together. So a couple drops of lemon, a couple pumps of the hand wash. I let my stuff sit and soak in that, whatever we're eating for the day, rinse it all off, and about 10 minutes later, boom, we've got this beautiful produce. And the perk and plus is that everything smells lemony fresh, plus it's a natural preservative. So it's going to help your strawberries not kind of get mushy and old looking. We just picked a bunch of strawberries. It was such a beautiful day. And we did a little test. And if you're on Instagram, you can actually go find it. I saved it to one of my highlight buttons. And so what we did was we took a pint of strawberries and rinsed them. And we took another pint with just water. We took another pint and we rinsed them and let them sit and soak in the lemon essential oil. And then we put them both in the fridge. And the one that has the lemon, it looks just like we picked it. And it's been day 2. The one that we did, it's mushy, and we probably will have to turn that one into jam. So kind of cool. I like that. Very, very, very cleansing for the liver. So your liver is on the right-hand side of your body, just under your breastbone area and above your belly button, in that kind of region. And so if you want to support your liver, it's a great way to be able to cleanse and restore your liver. So you can put 1 drop in your water. Just make sure you're drinking water out of a glass or stainless steel container, because lemon loves to eat away at things. That's why it's part of the reason why we like it. It rids our body of synthetics. And so as a synthetic, if it's a plastic water bottle, you might run into some issues there with it leaching the plastic out of it. Just make sure you're sticking with stainless steel or glass. So yeah, for your liver is like mama. And if mama in the body is not happy, the whole body starts to show signs of fatigue, failure, needing support, distress, things like this. So incorporating any citrus from doTERRA into your water as a daily part of your healthy habits is a really great way to use essential oils in a way that's supportive of your body systems. So yeah, I guess I could go on and on about lemon just because of how much I love it. I love the affordability of it too. I think it's only $12 or $14 for a big 250 drops of it. Like, hello. Awesome. Let's continue. So I'm sure you've got a whole bunch of things written where lemon is. Deep blue. My gosh. Okay. So I tend to go on a couple tangents, and I do apologize, but I have a torn meniscus in my right knee. I have been using deep blue quite a bit because of the pain and inflammation that is obviously associated with having an injury. So so thankful for this essential oil. Oh my goodness me. I'm using it in conjunction with copaiba, which I don't have to talk about right now. It's not part of the kit that you have gotten, but if you're in the category of someone who suffers from pain and inflammation, and if you know someone from either injury or chronic pain and inflammation, maybe it's rheumatoid related, what have you, copaiba and deep blue have been my saving grace. And as a matter of fact, for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been using it daily, and I find when I'm not consistent with it, I can feel it. So I absolutely love this product. So again, we've diluted it for you. There is 5 drops in here, and then I topped it up with coconut oil. So you just apply this to the area of concern. So say, for example, you have a sore shoulder. You would apply this to the area of concern in little smalls, and then just rub it in. You can take this with you to your massage therapist and ask them after your massage to just roll this on your back and just spread it all the way out. It's a wonderful way to just integrate soothing, beautiful essential oils that are in here to be able to support your body. Inflammation is something that a lot of people deal with, and I want to make sure that we're also addressing intake alongside the area of concern. So you can't go about life business as usual. When you have inflammation, you have to look at the whole body. So it can't be just, I can eat whatever the heck I want, and I'm just going to use this oil, and all of my pain and inflammation is going to go away. No, remember, we were talking about Eastern and Western. When we look at what our body consumes, and that's water, food, toxicities, things like this, lotions, all the things that we're adding to our body on the daily, you have to start to recognize that your body's talking to you often. And I actually have a neighbor that realized that certain foods were causing flare-ups in her body to the point where now she's removed a few foods and she no longer has pain and inflammation. So This is a great gateway to be able to support the body as you're removing things from the body, consumption-wise, so gluten, dairy, eggs, casein, like any sort of dairy and casein is the same thing. It's the protein in dairy. Nerd. Anyway, making sure that we're not just, trying to make things better with Band-Aids and oils, but that we're also making sure we're looking at what we're eating, consuming. Okay? Capiche? Okay, so yes, deep blue is amazing. Make sure you get some. Okay, so next one is Melaleuca or tea tree. Now, your label says tea tree because I'm a Canadian and Canadians have tea tree. Now, from what I understand, everything's going to be tea tree across the board pretty soon. Melaleuca and tea tree is the exact same thing, though. Okay? Oh, so fresh. I love tea tree for its cleansing, disinfecting, antiviral, bacterial benefits. It's antifungal as well. So if you know someone that has or deals with fungus issues like athlete's foot or nail fungus, it's a wonderful essential oil to be able to add to the nail bed or the bottom of the foot, either as a preventative so that we're not picking something up from the gymnastics floor or the gymnasium floor, things like this. I know someone who actually was purchasing shoes for their teenager and child from Once Upon a Child, and they got athlete's foot just by buying used shoes, and they were putting socks on and it still happened. So my encouragement to you is almost to, on a proactive or preventative measure, just be putting tea tree essential oil on the bottoms of the feet every day. We do that as a routine in my family, and we actually use it in conjunction with On Guard, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. I make up a roller bottle that my kids just, as a routine, put on the bottoms of their feet every day. So the roller bottles don't look like this, they're a little bit bigger. And so we put 5 drops of On Guard and 5 drops of tea tree in a roller bottle. It's about this big. Maybe I have it here. No, I don't. Well, it looks like this. We have them everywhere. This one needs to be topped up again, but it's just a way to be able to provide a safeguard. We jump on people's trampolines, and I don't want to have anything come home with us. We go to swimming lessons, and I don't want anything to come home with us. We're in people's pools. We're on patios. We're doing the barefoot thing, So I'm not a paranoid mom, but I want to make sure I'm making sure my kids are set up for success and wellness. Okay? It's also really great for warding off and keeping away lice or any sort of bug issues. So if that's going around at the schools, I actually get my girls to wear headbands just like this. And on the inside of the headband, I make up this little spray bottle, and I just spray the inside of the headband. And then in the evening, when we do baths in the evening in our house, I have this little bottle in the bathroom, and I just spray it onto my hand when I'm doing the conditioner side of cleaning their hair, and I just rub it on my hands with the conditioner and work it in, rinse it out. And because oil sticks around extra long, boom, they've got this wonderful preventative lice, keep it away situation happening. If you want to know the recipe for that, just let me know, because it's not just tea tree. There's a few other essential oils in it that I like to use. So far, so good. I'm sure there's other things I could talk about tea tree, but I'll just kind of leave it at that. Again, this is a crash course on your samples, but I want to make sure you have at least a few things jotted down on your simple solutions sheet so that you're moving forward. You've got a few things that you can do. Frankincense. Frankincense essential oil is absolute gold. If I was on a deserted island and someone said, like, okay, so like if you had one essential oil you could bring with you, what would you bring? And I would bring frankincense, because it's like a Swiss Army knife. If there's anything that's going around or anything that life is going to try to throw at you, either structure or function wise of the body, frankincense pretty well has a place for everything. And I absolutely love it. And it just makes me feel so grounded as well emotionally. It is such a holy, wonderful oil. It's beautifying. It is, again, grounding. It's absolutely wonderful for strengthening an immune system. It's great at protecting an immune system. It has lots of different muscle skeletal benefits. It has wonderful benefits and support for the brain. It's just, the list could go on and on as far as how it can fortify the body and just help with relaxation, soothing. Oh gosh, I could go on and on. So yes, frankincense is the best. And I, again, would not go a day without it. I like to actually put 1 drop of frankincense under my tongue first thing in the morning. I have actually 1 bottle in the bathroom for like beauty for my skin, which I think is looking pretty good despite having me accidentally give it sunburn a bunch of times. And also making that daily routine, that daily healthy habit, because I brush my teeth daily and I wash my face daily. So I keep my daily oils in the bathroom, just right under here, 1 drop, making sure that I'm just maintaining healthy immune function, brain health, all the good things we just mentioned as a preventative. Okay. If you want to look a little deeper into the benefits of frankincense, I would encourage you to go to www.pub, P-U-B, and then the word med, med.com. And you can actually type in the word frankincense in the search bar and it'll pull up a whole bunch of different online journals about the usage and benefit behind frankincense and all the studies that support the use of frankincense in the medical world, which is, again, that Western side I referenced. Love it. Okay, so the next one moving forward is oregano. Oregano essential oil. When you smell it, let's smell it together. Bing! It is such a strong Greek Italian opa smell. When I smell it, I think of sauce from Granny. It's awesome for all things virus, bacteria, immune system support. I reference I reference oregano as the big guns. It's like the big uncle that comes in and is like, what do you want me to do? Is there somebody that's bugging you? Let me help you. And he's like, out you go. If there's anything foreign or unwelcomed in your body, use some oregano and it'll kick the crap out of it, basically, is what I'm getting at. And hopefully your kids aren't offended by that if they're watching alongside me right now. But it's true. It's like having a good, big, strong, muscular uncle on your side that is taking care of business. And I love pulling it out when I need it, but I definitely don't use it every day. One of the best pieces of advice that I got from actually a medical doctor was use oregano for about 10 days, just like we use antibiotics, and then completely and totally pull back. Because if you're using it daily for something over 10 days, it's non-selective, just like an antibiotic. It'll kick the crud out of your whole system. So it will remove all of the good bacteria in your body as well. And so if you are going to be using oregano for, say, for example, to support an immune system threat, maybe you felt like you were becoming unwell and then you used oregano and now you're on the, oh yeah, I am starting to feel better. Pull back. You should be good. Start using your On Guard, which we're going to talk about next, to be a preventative immune system supporter. But then also, after you used oregano, make sure you're using a really good probiotic, okay, to repair and restore all of the good gut flora in your body. And so doTERRA does have a wonderful probiotic, both for children and adults, available in the US. But there's also wonderful probiotics through your local health food store. And I'm not a snob when it comes to probiotics. I think all probiotics have a place and a time. Just make sure it's quality. And if you're not sure what brand to go for, please message me and I can send you some information about some reputable brands that I would recommend. Okay? We got peppermint to go, which we sort of skipped over at the very top. So let's actually go up to the peppermint and then we'll go down to oregano and brie last. Okay? Let's go up to the peppermint area. And let's take a look right now at those little sacks here. So those are little essential oil sacks. If you're wondering, well, what is this picture all about? I'll talk to you about it right now. So those little white sacks are actually the essential oil. And so if you've ever rubbed a plant, specifically an herb, and you rubbed it like this, say at a greenhouse, or maybe there's something in your yard like a peppermint or a spearmint, and you've rubbed it, you're actually releasing those essential oil sacs and you're crushing them and you're able to aromatically experience them. So when it comes to 1 drop, so you can actually write the number 1 in that little drop area. So 1 drop of peppermint from doTERRA is equal to 26 cups of peppermint tea from the benefits of using peppermint for digestive issues or even just peppermint in and of itself. So you can see how strong essential oils are. And the reason for that is because when we're crushing the cell walls of those plants and we're releasing the essential oil, that's the plant's immune system. And it's absolutely incredible how effective our bodies, part of nature, are able to use a plant's immune system to support ourselves. And so I love being able to have, again, these tools in my hands as a way to be able to set myself up for success, either emotionally, physically, or even spiritually, but also my family. So yeah, 1 drop to 26 cups of peppermint tea is just incredible. That blew my mind, just of how powerful it is. And so, you know what we didn't actually address was another thing I'm looking at here, A, T, and I. Aromatically, which means we inhale or breathe it in, or we can put it in a diffuser. T is topical, so we can apply it topically on our skin. And here is I for internal. And so if you look and see which ones are aromatic, topical, and internal, you'll see and know which ones you are safely allowed to use. Now, the only exception is we never ever ingest deep blue. It's only a topical thing. It has a special cap on it to remind you of that too. And also easy air. We are not to ingest that one. We can't put that into our bodies. Okay? The reason for that is actually both of those products have wintergreen in them, which in high, large volumes, if we ingested that, that would create a little bit of a toxic environment into our bodies. And so we don't ingest wintergreen. Okay? Okay, and then the D, if you're wondering, D means diluting. So that's why that big D is over there. So why is it that our essential oils are safe to ingest? And I think this is a great time to sort of segue into this before we finish on the last 2 essential oils. doTERRA's essential oils are 100% therapeutic grade and tested for safety. And they go through a series of over 50 tests from harvest all the way to putting it into a bottle, where they're constantly testing them for purity and potency and efficacy in the body. And if any of those essential oils that we are getting from our incredible artisan distillers don't pass those tests, they actually aren't allowed to be used in doTERRA land. So that's really important, because if you're ingesting or topically using an essential oil or aromatically experiencing it, and you've invested into that essential oil bottle, you want to be able to get back from it what you thought you were going to. And so please don't use this information that I'm sharing with you here for just any essential oils. Okay, I'm talking about essential oils that maybe you get over the counter. And unfortunately, you can get them everywhere now, which, I mean, when I say unfortunately, I mean people take the information that we as wellness advocates are sharing, and then they apply it to essential oils, and they're buying based on price point, but not realizing that the bottles that they're getting are actually full of synthetics and different sort of additives just to help stretch the company's dollars so that they can make more product, unfortunately. There's no governing body that's saying whether or not they can even do that, unfortunately. So doTERRA has created a way to be able to grade essential oils, and we as doTERRA fall into that therapeutic grade standard. And also it's actually really cool. Let me show you, for example, here on the bottom of a bottle. Hold on. Okay, so you get to do this too. I've already given you one website. Here's the second one. Go to sourcetoyou.com, and you can just maybe write that underneath the word healing hands, so you have a place to write it down. But sourcetoyou.com. And so what you can do is you can actually punch in hopefully you can see this. There is a code at the very top. That's a lot number. And so that is the batch barrel that this, wild orange came from. And so what that does is it pulls up all the GCMS testing done on that particular batch, the date stamp as far as the day that it was bottled and finished and tested. It has a seal with a signature of all the testing that was done, and it also shows you all of the levels to show you at the end, and it's a printout of all of the purity. So it'll say at the end of it all the different percentages of chemical constituents in it. You know, for example, Wild orange is really high in limonene, so it'll say the percentages of limonene and all the different chemical constituents, and at the very end, it'll say 100%. Now, say, for example, if we were to take a bottle of another company's orange and measure it using the same testing, chances are it probably won't scale and be 100% pure. It may have limonene in it. It may have all the different other chemical constituents. Chances are there's also some synthetics to stretch it out. And then at the end, it might say 14% or maybe even 60%. And that's the percentage of purity that's in it. And the other rest of it is either synthetics or carriers or things that are added to it to help stretch it out. That happens, guys. It's weird, but people do it because they can. Anyway, let's finish. Let's get to On Guard and easier. So let's go to the bottom of the page. On Guard is in my bag right here, my little zippy bag. So you get it in a roller bottle, which is good. I love it. So Christmassy. It's full of clove and cinnamon, eucalyptus. There's some wild orange in there. Trying to think of the other things in there. Rosemary. Very, very spicy, yummy smelling, and it's absolutely wonderful for supporting the immune system. I absolutely love it, and we use it on the daily in our house. If we're having guests or friends over, I'm diffusing in the diffuser just as a passive way to be able to kill any viruses that they might be bringing into my house. I also put it on the bottoms of my kids' feet with the tea tree that we talked about earlier. And so again, really easy recipe in a roller bottle, and these are really great at just supporting our kids' immune systems. Now, I don't know what time of year you're watching this. It might be the winter, but we're in the midst of the summer right now, but we can't forget that there are still viruses going around. And starting the 1st of August, I'm starting to really amp up my kids' immune system protective tools so that when they go to school in September, we're not missing the first week or two of school because we're all of a sudden whacked with a whole bunch of different viruses and things like that we're just not used to. The other thing is sun goes away because they're now indoors a lot more versus outside. Vitamin D goes down, and so our immune systems are starting to go into a little bit of state of distress. And so I absolutely love being able to incorporate an immune system protector. And when we flip the page over, you're going to learn a little bit more about the different ways to set up your body with a daily nutritional supplement so that we don't even have these issues. Okay, so love On Guard. On Guard also has an entire line of essential oils that are really, really fabulous. And I absolutely love being able to know that they're infused with On Guard. Everything from pumping, foaming hand wash that my kids use every time they're washing their hands. Again, this is about layering products so that we're always incorporating essential oils into our daily use. We also have a laundry soap, which is amazing. There's a cleaner concentrate, which if you're a part of our social media, I'm talking about it all the time because I use it all the time in my house. It's a great stain remover. It's a great floor wash. It's a great surface cleaner. It's a great way to be able to use it as a multi-purpose spray. I'm using it in my car to clean my car. We just got a cat and he had an accident and I don't want him spraying my house. So I just, all taken care of. Just a great product line. Love it. There's even a toothpaste and a mouthwash. Like, hello. I just love, love, love On Guard. Okay. Last one, breathe, or easy air, depending on where you live. In Canada, we call it easy air. Okay, so this is our upper respiratory opener. So when I was just earlier talking about my son Stephen, I was diffusing and still am diffusing this in his bedroom at nighttime, alongside some other really great airway opening essential oils, including thyme essential oil, cardamom essential oil, and lime essential oil. Those are really great airway supportive essential oils. But let's talk about Breathe right now. Breathe is really, really fabulous, again, for supporting deep aspirations. It's wonderful for pre-presentation. I actually rubbed some easy air on my chest before we started so that I'm speaking with eloquence and also just getting enough oxygen, because I tend to be a fast talker. And oftentimes I find afterwards when I do a presentation, I'm like, that was like a workout. Speaking of workouts, if you do work out, you can actually put this on your chest so you're getting deeper inhalations while you're running or exercising. It also comes in this wonderful stick. It looks like a deodorant almost. It's this little deodorant size stick, and you can rub that on your chest and back. If someone were to be suffering from an upper respiratory issue or wanting to go for a run, and again, opening up their airway, it's a great way to be able to support that. Great to incorporate into your yoga practice, so you're getting those nice, deep, full inhalations and breaths. What's another way that we use breathe at home? Yeah, so in our diffusers at nighttime, I love putting in a couple drops of easy air and a couple drops of sleep supportive essential oils like lavender, another blend that doTERRA has called Serenity, which is lovely at nighttime. Just a nice way to be able to let my kids sleep, and taking good deep breaths as they're resting is a really nice way to set them up for a good sleepy success. So let's flip this over. And I only want to talk for about another 5 or 10 minutes about the last half of this. So we've talked a little bit about essential oils and their potency and the importance of knowing the testing behind it and the integrity. Also the education side. So when it comes to using essential oils, when you've purchased your essential oils through me with doTERRA, that transaction just started. It's not the end of a relationship. That's when it actually starts, which is fun. So I am an educator, so that means that I start to educate you and continue to educate you, and you have access to me. Email, text, phone. We have a Facebook group that you can be a part of, so you can type your questions in there. I am on your side and I'm on your team to be able to help you use your essential oils. I think the biggest tragedy and some people's hesitation is that they make an impulse purchase to buy essential oils and then they sit on their shelves. And that's tragic, because I think people become sometimes, and don't let me insert things into your head that weren't there, but they become intimidated by these bottles, and they might read an article about, danger, or don't use it here. If you have pets, it's dangerous. Before you start Googling and before you start to get scared and have these fear-based thoughts, or even well-intending coworkers and friends that are like, don't do that, please come to me and trust that I know what I'm doing. This is the 6th year I've been using doTERRA's essential oils in my family. And to this date, we haven't had any incident or error when using them safely. And I know how to use them. And I have a lot of stories behind what we've been doing. So please use me as one of your resources. Because my intention is to be able to start that relationship up with educating and just continue that. And we provide monthly classes just like this, either online or in person. We have an amazing community of people that are part of this big, beautiful world of essential oils and wellness. And with all that said, let's segue into the last half of the page, which is talking about wellness and how to look at our lifestyle and healthcare and where doTERRA fits into all of this. So again, we talked a little bit about eating right and making the best choices for your body. Obviously, making sure that we're drinking enough water throughout the day, and making sure that we're supporting our body's ability to heal itself. Incorporating exercise, whatever that looks like for you, whether you're a beginner or an intermediate fitness buff. I think important things, there's a measure of success in every area. So making sure that you're moving your body and sweating daily is a really important way to flush out toxins, create longevity in your life, and just have more bounce to yourself. Okay? Rest and stress management is very, very important. As we know, the root of all disease is usually inflammation and stress. So if you're not sleeping right, your body is not able to repair. And if your body's not repairing, it's compounding stress. And that sometimes surfaces as itself as an internal issue, manifesting itself as an emotional distress, or the opposite. So I want to make sure that you know that there are tools that doTERRA has to be able to set you up for a restful night's sleep, and also to reduce your stress load. And if that's something that you're dealing with, reach out to me. I can give you an arsenal of ideas to be able to, again, help you. And reducing toxic load. So what that might look like is taking a really good look at what your cleaners are at home, starting to stop buying different things around a completely and totally different way of buying. So you can start to buy stuff from your own store with doTERRA, and totally stop going to the grocery store or Shoppers Drug Mart for things, because you're reducing your toxic load. So that might be learning how to make your own laundry soap, or learning how to make your own foaming hand wash, different cleaners. And so I want to make sure people know that this is something that they have. Underneath there is that healthcare. So informed self-care is something that I want to make sure people know that they are able to look up and find out information, both with what we just discussed as far as the behind the scenes inner workings of the Facebook groups that we're part of. PubMed.com is a great resource. doTERRA's blog is incredible and has a wealth of information that you can look up. I would just strongly discourage you from just Googling stuff, because there are so many different armchair warriors, mommy bloggers, like people who have opinions, but I want to make sure you're getting the facts and the truth, not just people's opinions and scare tactics, okay? And also proactive medical care. Proactive medical care looks like you making informed decisions and choices around how your body and how you support your body's ability to heal itself, and making sure that you have all the information you need to be able to make those informed choices. Okay, so when it comes to the vitamin supplement system, that's actually doTERRA's #1 selling product. And I know that sounds funny because you think of doTERRA and you think of essential oils, but the LLV, Lifelong Vitality Pack, is our #1 selling product, and rightfully so. It is so incredibly nutrient dense. It's whole food supplement based. It comes with a spectrum of daily needs that your body needs. Every person, even if they're eating 100% organic, still need to supplement. So this is a great system. So if this has, we're coming to a close now. You can get all of this at a wholesale membership for 25% off. And so you also, on top of that, are getting product points in a bank account in doTERRA world to be able to use for future purchases, which I absolutely love. And again, I talked a little bit about it at the beginning, but I love showing people how to save some money and rack up those points so that they can get free oils. And I love doing that. So once every 3 to 4 months, I'm getting about $100 worth of essential oils and products from doTERRA for free. And so I really, really, really love that. And every month, if I spend a certain amount, I'm getting a free product of the month as well, which is really super fabulous. I love getting free stuff. And it's stuff that I was going to buy anyway. I use my wellness box as almost like a grocery cart. And I throughout the day, as a matter of fact, I just did it now. Before I came on, I know in my head, we definitely need more Correctex, which is our polysporin with doTERRA. We are running out of cleaner concentrate, so I added that to my shopping list. And we're low on lemon and green mandarin because we add that to our water every day. So I just keep a running list, log in, put it in the cart, press save, boom. I love being able to have access to that every month. And sure enough, I get free stuff too. So the other really cool thing is that you get your shipping points back. So shipping is only $6 to $7 Canadian, and you actually get that you get 6 to 7 points, which is dollars in doTERRA land, to be able to spend on future oils. So shipping is technically free because they're giving you back your shipping money that you spent in points. So I love that. And so that's wonderful. And as you go along with your wellness box, every month, the percentage that you get back grows, so that by the end of your first year, you're getting 30% of all the money you're spending back in points, and you're able to, again, cash in huge. And if you're ever been a Shoppers Optimum holder or a Costco member, when you look at, the spending that you do for the year and how much points your money you're getting back, doTERRA's is like, there's no comparison on how so valuable, how much money you're getting back in percentage. Like, for example, when I spend, well, you know how Shoppers Optimum works. It's good, but it's not great. doTERRA's point system is great. So yes, if you're looking to enroll, I would love to be able to help you know or educate you on what kit is best for you. The one that is down here, which we can talk about really quickly, is this one here. This is called the Home Essentials Kit. It comes with a beautiful petal diffuser. And so that's a great bedroom size diffuser. We have one of those in every single one of my kids' bedrooms. I absolutely love it. And so if you look, those are all full size 15 ml bottles of essential oils minus Deep Blue. Deep Blue actually only comes in a 5 ml bottle. And so that's an absolutely fabulous way to start. That sets you up for major, major potential and success. And that's going to cover 80% of your family's ailments and issues right off the bat. So I love being able to show people how to get that kit. Plus, you get the free product of the month when you order that kit, and then you're qualifying and setting yourself up for a really nice hardy point system moving forward when you're doing your monthly stuff. So again, I absolutely love showing people how to get these tools into their hands. And if that's something you want to do, I will put the link below this video. You just have to click and you're going to be linked with me. You make your purchase. You can also add in some fractionated coconut oil into your order, which I always encourage people to do right off the get-go. So if you want to get that wonderful family or home essentials kit, add that to your cart. Add coconut oil, maybe add the cleaner concentrate or the foaming hand wash just to get started on greening up your cleaning. And we will connect with you super soon. Thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Julie Karanfilis and I'm a wellness advocate with doTERRA. I'm so blessed that we got to do this together. Thank you for trusting me with your health, and I'm excited for showing up in your life so that I can set you and your family up for success. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.